This probably looks familiar to you. Just a classroom full of students getting ready for the day. But what if it went more like this? This looks a bit out of the ordinary in today's world, but 50 to 60 years ago, it was commonplace for many. Ellery Schempp was the oldest of 3 siblings living in Abington, Pennsylvania in the 1950s. At his public high school, they were required by law to read 10 Bible verses and say the Lord's Prayer at the beginning of each day. Ellery and his family were Unitarian Universalists, a religious group of people that have a wide range of beliefs, from atheism to Christianity. As a Unitarian, Ellery thought that the readings were unconstitutional. The Pennsylvania government was promoting Christianity over any other religion, including his. One day, in protest to this policy, Ellery brought a Quran to school and read from it instead of the Bible. When his teacher saw what he was doing, Ellery was promptly sent down to the principal's office. He was continually sent again and again for protesting the policy. When the school didn't change anything, Ellery's parents, Edward and Sidney Schempp, along with the American Civil Liberties Union, brought the case to their local federal district court, saying that this law was in violation of the Establishment Clause in the First Amendment, which says that Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof. The court decided in their favor, saying that this statute was unconstitutional. The state had argued that because this exercise was voluntary, no rights were violated, and appealed to the Supreme Court. To get there, however, Abington v. Schempp was combined with another case, Murray v. Curlett. Madeline Murray was a prominent atheist in the mid to late 1900s who lived in Baltimore, Maryland. Baltimore also had a rule in place that stated, all schools without comment will read a chapter of the Holy Bible and/or say the Lord's Prayer at the beginning of each school day. Miss Murray said to the school board that as a taxpayer, she did not want her money going to a school district that supported this rule. After she had made her case to the school board, they changed the policy so that the exercise would be voluntary. This was not enough. She said that even amended, the rule was still in violation of her child's rights to freedom of religion under the First and 14th Amendments. The district didn't want to appeal the rule, and as a result, Miss Murray took her case all the way to the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court decision in this case had 5 parts. The first part explained the facts of the cases, sort of like what you just heard me explain. The second part said that religion has always been a part of this country, as it will remain to be. It acknowledged that the majority of Americans are Christian, and that we have had many Christian leaders. In the third section of this case, the court said that although religion is a big part of our history, the government is neutral, and while protecting all, it prefers none, and it disparages none. It went on to say that the First Amendment was not attacking a specific religion, like some were saying it was. It was rather making it so that the government couldn't express favor to any religion. The fourth section made clear that government officials, teachers in this case, couldn't express an opinion in favor or not in favor of any religion. This section was concluded by saying that when the government allies itself with one particular form of religion, the inevitable result is that it incurs the hatred, disrespect, and even contempt of those who hold contrary beliefs. The fifth and final section is the overview explaining their ruling. The court said that both policies clearly were in violation of the Establishment Clause, and that even though the position of religion in our society is an exalted one, in the relationship between man and religion, the state is firmly committed to a position of neutrality. The Supreme Court declared these policies unconstitutional.
I think Abington was one of a series of decisions from that time that collectively established that public schools could not lead their students in prayer, proselytize them, read biblical passages for their religious effects. And so that, along with a series of other cases, I think, gave students the right to expect a neutral environment in the public schools.
The reaction across the country was strong. Citizens all across America said that this was kicking religion out of schools. There were even 145 constitutional amendments proposed to reverse the verdict. In response to the uproar, the Supreme Court released a statement saying that they were not preventing kids from praying in school, They were just preventing states from endorsing it. Even today, children are still allowed to pray of their own volition during school, as long as it does not disrupt the educational process.
So you have some people who genuinely think they should be able to promote religion in schools, especially when you have communities that are overwhelmingly majority. I think there's some people it's just like, well, everyone's the same religion.
After these cases, both school districts changed their policies to exclude prayer and scripture readings as a part of school activities. But not only did Abington versus Schempp change things in Pennsylvania and Maryland, it changed school all across America. School-sponsored prayer and scripture readings are no longer commonplace. Because of this case, students who feel their rights are being violated by their schools can stand up and say that what is happening is unconstitutional and that it needs to be changed. As a part of the Supreme Court's decision in this case, they put a test together that is still used today to tell if laws, policies, or actions dealing with state-sponsored religion are constitutional. It says that if a law has a secular purpose and a secular effect, it's constitutional. If it has a religious purpose and/or effect, it's not. There was a case just decided recently, Schultz versus Medina Valley Independent School District, where there was much school-sponsored prayer at their public events. This test was used to help decide that case and declare that the actions of the school were unconstitutional. Now the experience that American children have in schools is very different. Instead of the government saying that one religion is better than another, there's a neutral environment where kids of all different backgrounds can thrive and grow together.
With the